Early life and education of Franklin D. Roosevelt. Birth and family background. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was born on January 30th, 1882, at his family's estate in Hyde Park, New York. He was the only child of James Roosevelt and Sarah Ann Delano Roosevelt, both of whom came from prominent, wealthy families with deep roots in American history. The Roosevelt family was known for its substantial wealth and influence, stemming from real estate, railroads, and coal. James Roosevelt, Franklin's father, was a businessman and financier who played a significant role in shaping young Franklin's values and ambitions. Sarah Delano Roosevelt, his mother, was a strong-willed woman who was deeply involved in Franklin's upbringing, providing him with a nurturing and supportive environment. Childhood experiences. Franklin D. Roosevelt's childhood was marked by privilege and opportunity. He grew up in a life of affluence, with access to the best resources and education. The Roosevelts traveled extensively, and Franklin was exposed to a variety of cultures and experiences from a young age. This exposure broadened his horizons and instilled in him a sense of curiosity and adventure. Despite his privileged upbringing, Franklin faced some challenges, including health issues. He was a somewhat solitary child, often more comfortable with adults than with his peers. His mother's influence was particularly strong, and she played a major role in his early education, fostering a sense of discipline and responsibility in him. Education at Groton School. At the age of 14, Franklin was sent to Groton School, an elite boarding school in Massachusetts. Founded by Endicott Peabody, Groton was known for its rigorous academic standards and its emphasis on character development and public service. Here, Franklin thrived academically and socially, despite initial struggles to fit in. Groton played a crucial role in shaping Franklin's character and values. The school emphasized the importance of service to others and the development of moral integrity, principles that would later guide his political career. Peabody, the headmaster, became a mentor to Franklin, reinforcing the values of duty and responsibility. Education at Harvard University. After graduating from Groton, Franklin attended Harvard University in 1900. At Harvard, he was determined to make a name for himself beyond the shadow of his distant cousin, Theodore Roosevelt, who had already established a significant political legacy. Franklin was an active student, engaging in various extracurricular activities and joining the editorial board of the Harvard Crimson newspaper. Although he was not the top student academically, his time at Harvard was formative in developing his leadership skills and political ambitions. He graduated with an A.B. degree in history in 1903. During his time at Harvard, he met his future wife, Eleanor Roosevelt, who was also his fifth cousin once removed. Columbia Law School. After completing his undergraduate degree at Harvard, Franklin briefly attended Columbia Law School. However, he did not finish his law degree, leaving in 1907 to take a job at a prestigious New York law firm. Despite not completing his formal legal education, his time at Columbia provided him with a solid foundation in law, which would prove invaluable in his later political career. Franklin D. Roosevelt's political beginnings. Franklin Delano Roosevelt's journey into the political arena began at a young age, deeply influenced by his family's prominence and his own ambition. Let's delve into the early political beginnings of the man who would become the 32nd President of the United States. Born into a family of wealth and influence, Franklin D. Roosevelt was no stranger to the world of politics. His fifth cousin, Theodore Roosevelt, served as the 26th president, setting a powerful example for young Franklin. The Roosevelt name was already synonymous with public service and leadership. In 1910, at the age of 28, Franklin took his first step into the political arena, running for the New York State Senate. Representing the Democratic Party in a predominantly Republican district, his campaign was an uphill battle. Yet, his charisma, name recognition, and tireless campaigning paid off. He won the seat, marking the beginning of his political career. As a New York State Senator, Roosevelt quickly made a name for himself. He championed progressive reforms, focusing on issues like workers' rights, social welfare, and government transparency. His legislative efforts were instrumental in advancing labor laws and improving public services. Roosevelt's political acumen soon caught the attention of national leaders. In 1913, President Woodrow Wilson appointed him as Assistant Secretary of the Navy. This position was pivotal for Roosevelt, aligning him with the legacy of his cousin Theodore and offering him invaluable administrative experience. During his tenure as Assistant Secretary of the Navy, Roosevelt oversaw the expansion and modernization of the U.S. Navy, preparing it for the challenges of World War I. His leadership during this period demonstrated his capacity for strategic thinking and effective governance. Franklin's time in the Navy Department also solidified his partnership with his wife, Eleanor Roosevelt. She emerged as a vital political ally and confidante, actively engaging in social issues and public service. Their collaboration would become a cornerstone of Franklin's political career. In 1921, Roosevelt's political ascent faced a severe challenge when he was diagnosed with polio. The disease left him paralyzed from the waist down. Despite this setback, Franklin's resolve and determination never wavered. He withdrew from public life temporarily, but remained politically active behind the scenes. Roosevelt sought treatment and rehabilitation at Warm Springs, Georgia, where he founded a center for polio patients. This period of struggle and recovery only strengthened his empathy and resolve, deepening his connection with the American people. By 1928, Roosevelt was ready to re-enter the political arena. He ran for governor of New York and won, demonstrating his enduring popularity and political skill. As governor, he implemented groundbreaking social reforms, laying the foundation for his New Deal policies. Franklin D. Roosevelt's political beginnings were marked by resilience, innovation, and a deep commitment to public service. These formative years shaped him into a leader capable of guiding the nation through its most challenging times. Stay tuned as we explore the next chapters of his remarkable journey. 3. Personal challenges. Franklin's personal life was deeply intertwined with his marriage to Eleanor Roosevelt. The couple, who were fifth cousins once removed, married on March 17, 1905. Despite their strong partnership, their relationship was complex and faced significant strains over the years. The Roosevelts had 6 children, though their family life was not without tragedy. Their third child, Franklin Jr., died in infancy in 1909. This loss deeply affected both Franklin and Eleanor, reinforcing the importance of family amidst their busy political lives. Throughout their marriage, Franklin's social and political commitments often kept him away from home. Eleanor, meanwhile, carved out her own path, becoming a prominent advocate for social issues. Their mutual respect and shared goals helped them navigate these challenges, though it wasn't always easy. In 1921, at the age of 39, Franklin D. Roosevelt was diagnosed with polio while vacationing at Campobello Island. The disease left him permanently paralyzed from the waist down, a devastating blow for the active and ambitious politician. Despite the severity of his condition, Roosevelt refused to let polio define his future. He embarked on a rigorous regimen of physical therapy, determined to regain as much mobility as possible. His search for a cure led him to Warm Springs, Georgia, where he found solace and therapeutic benefit in the warm waters. Roosevelt's experience at Warm Springs inspired him to purchase the resort in 1926 and transform it into a rehabilitation center for polio patients. His compassion and leadership provided hope to many, as he personally connected with others suffering from the disease. Despite his physical limitations, Franklin made a triumphant return to public life. In 1928, he ran for governor of New York and won. His victory was a testament to his resilience and the unwavering support of Eleanor, who became his eyes and ears in many situations. Eleanor's role evolved significantly during this period. She became an indispensable partner in Franklin's political career, advocating for social justice and human rights. Her efforts were crucial in sustaining his political ambitions and addressing issues he could not attend to directly. As president, Franklin faced the monumental challenge of leading the nation through the Great Depression. His personal battle with polio had fortified his character, teaching him empathy and perseverance, qualities that resonated with the American people during those hard times. World War II presented another formidable challenge. Despite his health issues, Roosevelt's leadership was instrumental in navigating the complexities of global conflict. His ability to inspire and unite the nation was a testament to his indomitable spirit. Franklin D. Roosevelt's personal challenges, from his struggle with polio to the pressures of political life, shaped him into a resilient and compassionate leader. His ability to overcome adversity left an enduring legacy that continues to inspire. Governor of New York. Franklin D. Roosevelt's tenure as governor of New York was a pivotal chapter in his political career, laying the groundwork for his future presidency. Join us as we explore the detailed journey of his governorship, marked by progressive reforms and innovative policies. In 1928, Franklin D. Roosevelt embarked on a significant political comeback. Despite his battle with polio, he ran for governor of New York, a state grappling with economic and social challenges. His campaign focused on progressive reforms, leveraging his charisma and reputation for public service. On November 6, 1928, Roosevelt won the gubernatorial election, defeating the Republican candidate, Albert Eddinger. His victory was seen as a triumph over personal adversity and a testament to his political acumen. As governor, Roosevelt quickly set to work addressing the pressing issues of the day. He prioritized unemployment relief, labor rights, and social welfare programs. His approach was hands-on, often involving direct interaction with the citizens of New York to understand their needs. One of Roosevelt's significant achievements as governor was his focus on public works. He launched extensive infrastructure projects, including the construction of roads, bridges, and public buildings. These projects not only improved the state's infrastructure, but also created thousands of jobs, providing much-needed relief during tough economic times. Roosevelt also made strides in labor reform. He supported and signed into law the New York State Temporary Emergency Relief Administration (TERA) in 1931, which provided unemployment assistance and public employment opportunities. This initiative was a precursor to his later New Deal policies at the national level. During his governorship, Eleanor Roosevelt played a crucial role as well. She championed social issues, such as child welfare, housing reform, and women's rights. Eleanor's advocacy and public engagement complemented Franklin's political agenda, making her an indispensable partner in his administration. Roosevelt's communication skills were instrumental in his success as governor. He effectively used radio broadcasts to reach New Yorkers directly, explaining his policies and reassuring the public during times of uncertainty. This approach not only built public support, but also showcased his ability to connect with citizens on a personal level. As the Great Depression deepened, Roosevelt's leadership was put to the test. He implemented bold measures to combat the economic downturn, including banking reforms and the expansion of social welfare programs. His proactive stance helped mitigate some of the Depression's worst effects in New York. Roosevelt's effective governance in New York did not go unnoticed. His innovative policies and strong leadership earned him national recognition, setting the stage for his presidential campaign in 1932. His tenure as governor had proven his ability to lead in times of crisis and laid the foundation for his New Deal vision. Franklin D. Roosevelt's tenure as governor of New York was marked by progressive reforms, economic recovery efforts, and strong leadership. These experiences honed his skills and prepared him for the challenges he would face as President of the United States. His time as governor remains a testament to his enduring legacy of public service and innovation.